Hi everyone, today's topic is how to calculate the mean and median using data displays. Remember, you do not need to write down everything that we'll cover in this lesson, but be sure to jot down important information and at least one example of each type of problem that we'll cover. Also remember that you can pause the video to jot down important notes, rewind to view information again, and fast forward if you think you got it. But don't fast forward so much that you'll miss out on something important. Last time we talked about mean and median. So as a reminder, mean is the opposite of mean. You're being fair. So you're adding up all the data values because you're going to eventually split them up between everybody so that everybody has a fair share. After you add them up, you're going to divide by the total number of data values so that you can split it up evenly. And then for median, that's the middle, so you're going to cross off the same amount as in the beginning and in the back. You're either going to end up with one central number, or you're going to have to figure out the average or mean between the last two in the middle. So today, you're going to have to figure out this information from data displays. From a data display, you're going to either use the dots from a dot plot or the histogram bars to figure out the data scores. So it's like you're trying to read the dot plot and histogram, whichever one they give you, while also calculate the mean or median. Okay? Make sure that you have these two formulas for mean and median handy as you are working on these problems. And we're going to go ahead and start with some examples. For this example, they want you to calculate the mean using the pictograph below. So a pictograph is basically like a dot plot, but they're using pictures. Okay, so each of these whale pictures represents one toy whale. So this tells you how many toy whales each swimmer held in the pool. So right here you have Lucas, Nicholas, Finn, and Lena. You also notice a pictograph doesn't have numbers on the bottom. So this right here is not a dot plot. Okay? Dot plot has numbers on the bottom. So pictographs use pictures, and so they're kind of like bar graphs in that they don't have numbers on the bottom as well. They have categories. Okay, but we're going to treat it as if it's a dot plot. Each of these whales represents one toy whale. So find the mean of the data in the pictograph below. Pause the video and try it on your own first. All right, the mean. So we're going to first count up the frequencies for each kid. Luca had 3, Nicholas had 3, Finn had 5, and Lena had 3. If we want to figure out the mean, we need the fair share. So fair share means we're adding up all our scores, and then we're going to divide them equally between everybody. So after you added it up, you should have gotten 14. 14 divided by the 4 kids will give you your answer. So I'm going to calculate that in my calculator. And I got 3.5. Okay, obviously we're not going to tear apart toy whales but to share, right? But their average, their mean would be 3.5. Maybe if they were to share, maybe everybody would get 3 whales and then a little extra little toy on the side or something, right? You know how kids are always wanting to get the same amount as everybody, right? So they would probably be like, okay, everybody gets 3, and then everybody gets an ice cream as well or something, because they're clearly not going to tear apart a toy whale. That's a sure way to get kids crying, right? Okay, try this one on your own first. The following frequency table shows the number of bags each exchange student from Bridgewater University packed. Find the mean number of bags. All right, again, mean actually means the fair share. So, number of bags, 1. 1 bag was 1 student. 2 bags was 2 students. 3 bags was 1 student. So this one is a little tricky here, okay? Mean number of bags. So we're talking about bags. So this actually means 1 bag. 1 student with 1 bag. 2 students with 2 bags. This is actually 2 and 2. 3 students with 1 bag is 3. 1 student with 4 bags is 4. Okay, so if I were to add all these together, 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, I would get 12. 12 bags, okay, because this one student had 1 bag. These 2 students each had 2 bags, so you do have to consider those as 4 total. This one student had 3 bags, this one student had 4 bags. And this student, there weren't any students with 5 bags, okay? So this isn't even a student. So later on when we divide, we're dividing amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people. Because this doesn't count as a student. That's 0 students. So this one's kind of tricky. 12 divided by 5 is 2.4. 2.4 bags. Okay, so again, you got to read the question carefully. Mean number of bags. So we're looking at the bags, not the students. If you just wrote down 1, 2, 1, 1, you wrote down the number of students. Each of those students come with their bags. Okay, so that one's kind of tricky. So not the mean number of students, but the mean number of bags. Just like before, we were talking about the mean number of whale toys. If we wanted the mean number of kids, we would just count up the kids, okay? So each problem is talking about 2 different types of frequencies. Let's take a look at median problems. So this one wants us to find the median of the data in the bar chart below. So notice how they called it a bar chart. It's not a histogram. Histograms have number intervals on the bottom, and they don't have the spaces in between. But most importantly, they have the numbers on the bottom. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Okay, this is the coins collected by each person in a scavenger hunt. They want you to find the median, that's the middle, of the data. If they say the data, then they mean like whatever's being collected here. And that's the frequency of coins. So Julia had 5. Alice had 6, Davy found, or Davy, whatever, found 5, Lucas found 6, and Carter found 9. So we will need to add these together. These are 2 11s, so 11 plus 9 is 20. Okay, so 20 total, and the median would be between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. 20 divided by 5 is, median. I just figured out the mean. My bad. Good thing I reread it. Mean is, the median, if you remember, is the middle. Ugh. So I'm going to put all these in order. 5, 5, 6, 6, and 9. Now I'm going to cross out the stuff in the front and the back, and I end up with 6 as my median. Median. Say that again, Miss Sun. Remember, median. All right, so 6 is the median for the amounts that they collected. Caught myself there. All right, try this one on your own. We're finding the median. We don't have cards to shuffle around, so I'm going to rewrite it with the order. 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't miss any. And then I'm going to cross out 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and I got something in the middle, 1.7. Remember, if you have 2 in the middle, you're figuring out their mean. Okay, so Careful while you're reading those problems. More of a note to myself than you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in class.